Making your PS5 stream look professional doesn't need to be complicated, especially if you don't have a capture card, you don't want to use OBS or Streamlabs, and you don't have an expensive computer. Now, in this video, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step how to go ahead and add professional overlays and alerts and scenes to your PS5 stream using LightStream. You do not need a powerful computer for this. You only need access to a computer for the first initial setup. Even a basic laptop or a desktop is more than enough for this. After we set this up, every time you press go live directly on your PS5, your overlays are going to load automatically, and then you're going to be able to manage everything either from your phone or your browser. So whether you've tried this before and got confused or you're seeing this for the first time, just go ahead and follow along and you'll be good. By the end, you'll have a professional looking stream. So let's go ahead and get started here. So the very first thing that we need to do is get logged into our LightStream account. Now I'm going to go ahead and put all of the links that I mentioned in today's video in the description. So if you're looking for a site, go to the description and that's where you'll find it. So the first thing is getting logged into LightStream. When you land here, it's super important that you understand that there's two versions of LightStream. There is the LightStream Studio, which has the free plan that has limitations as far as overlays go, which again, this is not the version that we're going to utilize. Neither are we going to utilize the premium version that's on the studio side. So it's super important that when you land on this site, you come up top to where it says start streaming and you make sure you select Studio Classic. This is going to give you all of the ability to be able to add all of your overlays and make your stream look professional without those limitations. Now, when you come down here, you're going to see that you have a monthly or an annual option. You can get the $8 a month plan, the $12 a month plan, or the $16 a month plan. All of them are going to allow us to be able to go ahead and add all our overlays. So just pick the one that fits your liking the best. And again, you get a 7-day free trial if you don't have an account already. And if you lose the link in the description, I'll also get you 25% off of your account. So once you're here, again, make sure you're on the classic to be able to follow along with this. You're going to select start streaming. This is going to ask you to get logged in with your Twitch account. You'll select Twitch as the option. It's going to ask you to log in and authorize Twitch. Okay, we'll hit authorize. This is then going to bring us into the LightStream Studio Classic window. So this is what you would end up seeing. You may just have one individual scene, but it should be bare bones just like this. So you'll see here that now we've created our account. We've got our subscription, and now we have connected over here to Twitch. So now we're ready for the very next step. So now we need to make sure that LightStream and your PlayStation communicate together. So what you want to do is you want to come to this URL right here, and I'll make sure it's in the description of this video. Once you're here, you'll see set up PlayStation 4 and 5 with LightStream. It's going to give you an option that says best, and that is a series of numbers. This is going to be very specific to you based on your location. Once you have those numbers, what we're going to do is come over to our PlayStation. We're going to select settings, go to network, settings again, set up internet connection, and then on your connection that is connected, you want to go ahead and hit the option key. And then we want to select advanced settings. We're going to scroll down to where it says DNS settings, and we're going to select manual. Now, the reason why that we are doing this is because LightStream needs to be able to have a way to be able to place the overlays on your stream. So the way that it works is that once we put these numbers in, your PlayStation is sending your game over to Twitch. But before it gets to Twitch, because of these numbers, LightStream puts their overlays on top, and then that's how it shows up for your viewers when you go live. So you want to go ahead and plug in those numbers now. You want to put in whatever you see, 4 dot, and then mine is this here. Once you have this selected, you're going to select done. Secondary DNS, you're going to leave it as is. You'll press OK. This is then going to go ahead and try to connect again to your internet to make sure everything is good. Once you see connected, you are now set, and we're ready to move on to the next step, which is getting your overlays set up. All right, so now we need our overlays. If you got your overlays from Designz, you're gonna have everything you need to make your stream look professional. If you don't have overlays, then you're gonna wanna come to StreamDesignz.com, where you're gonna be able to find tons of stream overlay bundles that are gonna give you everything you need for your stream. Now, for this example in this video, I'm gonna be utilizing the Project Zero bundle. And you're gonna see here what this is gonna give us access to be able to utilize. So we're going to have our just chatting scene. We're going to have our starting soon screen, our ending soon screen. I'll take a quick break, which is our be right back scene. And then we have here our alerts, and you also have your panels and your webcam overlays as well that we're going to be able to utilize. So we're going to set this all up here today. You're also going to have a countdown timer. You're also going to have a stinger transition. Again, when your viewer is watching your stream on Twitch, they are not going to notice that you are streaming directly from a console. That is how your stream is going to evolve by the end of this video. So what you want to be able to do is you want to go ahead and have your overlays ready. If you don't have overlays, go ahead and grab them. But again, as I mentioned, I'm going to utilize the Project Zero bundle, but there's tons of other different packages you can go ahead and select based on your mood. You can get a katana, storm, and again, you can come here and browse the style you like, pause the video, and then continue on for the next stage. Okay. So once you've gone ahead and downloaded your file from Designz that you went ahead and got either via your email, you're going to see a zip file just like this. And what you're going to need to do is that if you're on a Mac, you're going to need to double click and it's going to create a folder. If you're on a Windows computer, you're going to right click, select extract, and then it's going to create a folder. Super important here. Wherever you go ahead and unzip this folder, you need to make sure those two things stay together in the same location. So now we have a folder that we'll be able to open up to see our alerts, our count up timer, our countdown timer, our overlay scenes, our panels, our stinger transition, our sub emotes, and our webcam overlays. Now that we have that in place, we now can move on to the next step, which is going to go ahead and set this up inside of LightStream Studio. All right, so the first thing that we must do is to set up all of our scenes. That is the very first step. So to be able to do that, you're going to come here to the bottom left-hand side, and you're going to see where it says Scene 1, Scene 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and start from scratch. And the first scene, we're going to go ahead and rename it. And we want these scenes to be in the order that you're going to utilize them. So it makes it a little bit easier for you to have a professional looking stream and switch between scenes as you need to. So the first one that we're going to set up is going to be starting soon. Okay, we're going to have that there. And all we're going to do is select duplicate, and we're going to duplicate that there. Now, if you have a game source here in the left-hand side, I want you to go ahead and select delete, but if yours is blank, you are good to go. So for scene 2, what we're going to go ahead and put here is going to be our countdown timer. Okay, so we're going to have our countdown timer. You'll simply name it that, and we'll add an additional scene here, and we'll go ahead and call this gameplay. That's going to be the main scene that we'll utilize when you're gaming. We'll create another scene here as well. And then we'll call this here just chatting, because this is when you're waiting for games to load or intermission screens where you're just waiting and having an opportunity to engage with your viewers. Then we'll go ahead and create our be right back screen just in case you need to step away. So we'll have that in place. And then we'll create another scene here and we'll call this here stream ending. Okay. So this is going to give you a full suite of scenes that you'll be able to utilize. And again, everything that you got from Designz is going to give you everything you need to go ahead and set this up. So now we have our scenes. Now it's easy for us to come in here and start to build out each individual scene as we go through this process. So let's go ahead and start with the starting soon. So the first thing that we'll do is you'll come to the plus icon and press add layer. We're going to select a video clip because the package that you got from Designz is going to be an animated package. If you did not get an animated package, then you can go ahead, instead of selecting video, because you got a non-animated package, you can select image and follow along the same exact way. But I'm going to use a video clip. I'm going to select upload video. It's going to ask you to browse your files. What we simply want to do is you want to go where we went ahead and downloaded and unzipped our files and go there. So here's where my overlays are at. I'm going to look for my starting soon, which is going to be inside of your overlay scenes folder. And then you'll look for it saying starting soon. We have that there. You'll select open. You'll select upload file. That's going to go ahead and come inside of LightStream Studio. And then once it's available, we can go ahead and begin the process of adding it directly to our spot. Now, while that is doing there, we can select here and say add more. So we can begin to add in the other files that we need to allow us to continue to work. So what are going to be the other files that we need? We're going to need our Be Right Back as well. So we'll add that in there into our system so that way it is saved. Now, you're going to see here that now we have our starting soon, and already this is starting to look even more professional. You want to make sure you click on this little icon here and make sure this is on loop. Once we have this in place, you now have this accessibility to be able to size this up just a little bit more to close up some of those angles and make it look as best as possible. So now we have this in place. What I like to do is I like to come to these three little dots and hit lock. What that allows you to do is to make sure that nothing moves in case you need to make some adjustments to other overlays that we'll add here later, like your alerts and stuff like that. So now we have our starting soon in place. We now want to move over to our Be Right Back to be able to set that up. And then we'll come here to the plus icon. We'll click on video clip and you're going to upload a video. We'll click browse file. We'll select our Be Right Back and then we'll select upload that file as well. Now, in the order that I'm showing you how to set this up is the order in which you should follow along to make sure that everything runs very smoothly, okay? And you're gonna see here that once we set this up and you have it all ready to go, it's gonna be super easy for you to go live every time from your console. Okay, so now what we have here is we're gonna resize this as well. And we're just going to follow the same process that we just did for our initial one. And now we have our taking a quick break, our Be Right Back. So we'll lock that there as well. And now that's in place. So the next one we're going to do is our stream ending. These are going to be the easiest scenes to be able to set up. This is why we start with these, because once we get this going, it gives us a little bit of momentum getting our overlay set up. So same process. We're going to go plus icon, video clip, upload a video. We're going to browse files. And then what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for ending soon. So I'm going to select that, hit open, and then we're going to follow the same process. Let this upload. And you're going to see here that here in just a few moments, we'll have our stream ending set up as well to be able to display. And then you'll see here a little bit later how I'll show you how to level these scenes up just a little bit more with utilizing the stringer transition. So we'll come here and we'll set this up again. Make sure this is aligned exactly where we need it to be. And now we have this in place and we'll follow the same principle of locking this as we go. So we now have our starting soon. We now have our Be Right Back and we now have our stream ending, giving you a professional look. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to set up our countdown timer. Now, there is a slight limitation when it comes to LightStream Studio that it doesn't allow you to be able to upload large files, and having a 5-minute countdown timer is a larger file. So there are going to be 2 steps that we can go ahead and take to make sure that this works the way that it needs to. So the first thing that we're going to do is you're going to come to a site called FreeConvert.com. And again, I'll put it in the description of this video. Once you're here, it's going to say choose your file. You're going to select from device. And what you're going to do is you're going to back up into your folder and you're going to look for your countdown timer. You're going to see it here, which is going to be a 5-minute countdown timer. We'll simply go ahead and hit open. You're going to see there's going to be a larger file, and LightStream Studio only allows us for have a file that's about 20 MB and we're at 300. But this tool is going to make that file a little bit smaller. We'll lose slightly, just a little bit of quality, but it'll let us put it in there and be able to utilize it. So that way we can build us some hype for the stream. So we'll come here to the settings. You're going to say select target size. What I want you to kind of think about here is that you can come down. The sweet spot is anywhere between 10 and 12 because it's going to be based on the overlay that you got from Designz. The design may be a little bit heavier, so you got to kind of just tweak it and go between 10 and 12 until you're under about 30. Okay, 30, you want to be under 30. So we'll have that there. We'll put it at 12, and then we'll go ahead and apply our settings. And then we want to select compress now. This is going to go ahead and take several minutes. And what it's doing right now, it's trying to do its best job to make sure that it retains the highest quality possible while making the file size even smaller. And again, remember, our viewers are watching us directly on our mobile most of the time, and this screen is going to be up for a short period of time, but it is a great screen to be able to have. And since you got it from Designz, you want to be able to go ahead and utilize it. So while this is going to be compressing, we can then begin the process of moving on to our next step to begin this step here. So while this is compressing, we're going to come to our next site, which is going to be StreamElements.com. Okay, again, everything is going to be in the description below. Once you come here to StreamElements, you're going to log in with your Twitch account. Once you logged into your Twitch account, it's going to bring you to a dashboard just like this. So StreamElements is going to allow us to not only set up our countdown timer for LightStream Studio, but also our just chatting and our alerts as well. So the first thing that we want to do is you want to come to streaming tools and you want to select overlays. We want to select new overlay, and then you want to leave it at 1080p and you want to hit start. Now, all we're going to do now is just go ahead and name this the name of our package, which is Project 0. And I'm just going to name this Countdown Timer. Okay, we're going to have that there. We'll hit save. And then we want to come back to here to see if our file got compressed. So you're going to see here that it's saved 90% from 33398 to 3309. So you're going to see here that that's going to mean that we need to go ahead and go a little bit lower. So what you simply need to do is come here, reload file, come here to the gear icon and drop this down just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that down to about 10, and then I'm going to hit apply settings. I'm going to hit compress now, and that's how you're able to just go ahead and tweak it. But again, once you do this one time, you don't need to do this ever again. So while that's setting up there for us, let's go ahead and create a new overlay as well. And let's go ahead and hit start at 1080p. And this is going to be our just chatting scene. So we're going to click here, just chatting. And that's going to be the name of our package, Project 0. We're going to hit save. And this is where we're going to begin to set up our just chatting scene. So what I want you to select is to select add widget. I want you to come down here to where it says static and custom. And I want you to select video. When you come here to video on the left-hand side, you're going to select change video. You're going to select upload, select files, and we're going to come back to where we have our overlays. We're going to select ultimate stream bundle, whatever package you went ahead and got. We're going to look for where it says here overlay scenes. We're going to select just chatting, and we're going to select open. This is now going to bring in our just chatting scene in here into StreamElements. So we're going to select submit. You're going to see this screen here. You're going to say video size. You can say auto. And now we can just go ahead and size this up so that way it's full screen. And this is going to allow us to start adding in our chat, our gameplay, our camera, and everything like that. So we'll put this here just on pause for a moment, and we're going to come back here to the countdown timer. So you're going to see here that we are now under 30, meaning that we're going to be able to go ahead and utilize this. So all you simply want to do is select download. That's going to go ahead and download that new file size here for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab that, and I'm going to bring that here to my desktop so we can go ahead and access it directly inside of StreamElements. So we'll come back to StreamElements to the Project 0 countdown timer one we went ahead and created. We'll select this little plus icon, static and custom. We'll select video, change video, and then we'll come here and select upload, select file, and we'll go to where we saved that countdown timer. Remember, I saved it directly on my desktop. I'll select it there, hit open. And what you're going to see here is this going to allow us to be able to bring that in. So we'll hit submit. You'll see here that we now have our countdown timer there. We'll select auto. And then this is going to allow us to be able to go ahead and size this up. We'll hit save here now. And then you'll see here at the top right, there's a paperclip icon that says copy overlay URL. We want to copy that. We'll come back into LightStream, come to our countdown timer scene. We'll select this little plus icon, select third-party integration. We'll come down to where it says StreamElements. We will paste the link that we just went ahead and copied. hit enter. And this is going to go ahead and give us here our countdown timer. And this is going to be the way that we'll get around being able to have a large file and still have this countdown timer here. Now, what you want to look at here is you want to switch this from resize area to scale. Then once you have it on scale, you can then go ahead and size this up and make it the size of the canvas that we're utilizing here, so that, again, this looks professional when you are here. So we have this in place. Now we have our countdown timer that is running nice and smooth. So the next thing that I want you to do is to come here to these three little dots. Okay, you're going to see that you're going to be able to delete it, but you don't need to. You'll simply come here, you'll say lock, and now we have our countdown timer running the way that we need to. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up our just chatting scene, since we went ahead and got that going here now. So we'll come back to StreamElements. You can now officially go ahead and cut out of this one. You'll see here that we have it set to loop. Your countdown timer, typically once it gets to 5 minutes, you want it to go ahead and end, because you're not going to go ahead and use it again. But if you don't want to come back to StreamElements, you can leave it on loop. And then what's going to happen is every time you come back here, it's going to go ahead and start up back at the 5 minutes, which you can leave it there, making it a lot easier. So we are officially done with the countdown timer. So we can go ahead and close that out now. We can close out FreeConverter because we're not going to utilize that either. Now we'll come back here to our just chatting project 0 scene. The first thing that we want to be able to do is to add in our stream labels. So what that is going to be the labels that when somebody follows or somebody subscribes or somebody donates, you want their name to pop up. So to be able to achieve this, what we want to do is hit this little plus icon here. We want to come to where it says labels, and you want to look for where it says follower. You can go to your latest follower, and you'll see here that you'll have it here where you can now drag it. Now, what I like to do to make this a little bit easier is I'll come here to where it says latest follower. And instead of that, I'll just go ahead and just put the actual name. Okay. And this, when I put the name, I'll place it there. I'll drag my mouse over, and there's a little blue box, and I try my best to extend it as much as I can, just in case if we have longer names in the stream. And then what you can do is that you can come here to where it says text settings, and here you can center it, making it be in the middle, giving you a little bit more room for longer names. So now we have that first one in place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come here, press the plus icon again. We're going to hit labels, and now you can come here and do your latest subscriber. Okay. Now you may not have no subscriber or no recent follower, and that's okay. You can still place this there. And when you do get a subscriber or a follower, it will go ahead and appear. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'll come back, and again, I'll just go ahead and change this name. You can leave the name on there if you want to when it comes to somebody subscribing. But again, I just like to go ahead and put the name. We'll follow the same process, try to extend this blue box as much as we can, come to text settings, and then we'll center that text and then try to get it as best as we possibly can. So that way it looks good on our stream. And then you can come here, press the plus icon again, select on labels. And this is where you can select the latest bits that somebody went ahead and gave you. So you go latest cheer. Here's the latest cheer that you have. And again, I just go ahead and remove the latest cheer. I'll leave the name and the amount, and we'll follow the same exact process here. We'll extend this out, make it as long as we can, come to text setting, and then we'll center this here. So now we have our stream labels. Now you were saying, hey, what about the gameplay? What about the chat? What about our camera? If we got one, we're going to finish that up inside of LightStream Studio. So once we have this in place, all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit save. Okay, we'll hit save there. And now there's two ways that we can go ahead and approach this. The simplest way and the better way to be able to do it is to bring the just chatting scene directly inside of LightStream Studio. So that is the way that I'm going to show you here now. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back to LightStream. We're going to select on our just chatting. We're going to hit this little plus icon here, and we're going to add a video clip. We're going to select upload video, browse file, and then we'll come here to where we have our package. we'll go to overlay scenes, and then we'll look for our just chatting and we'll select open and upload that file. This is going to make it to where when we use a browser source, right, when we're bringing something in from another website into LightStream Studio, there's always a slight chance that there may be a slight delay as everything's load or sometimes things refresh. So in order for us to limit that, we'll try to upload as much of our overlays as we possibly can directly inside of LightStream Studio. So now we have this in here. Look at how that just chatting scene looks. It's already looking extremely professional. So now, once we have this in place, all we're going to do is sit here and we're going to lock this because we're going to go ahead and fill this up with everything else. Now, when we come back to StreamElements, this is very important. You're going to come to the left-hand side, select layers. We're going to look for the video, which is the just chatting. And all we're going to do is click this little eye icon, and that's going to hide it for us. Okay, so this allows us to be able to position our names where we need it to be and bring that into LightStream Studio. So now we'll hit save. We'll hit this little paperclip icon again. We'll come to LightStream Studio. We'll make sure that we're on the just chatting scene. Press this little plus icon here, and then we'll come down to third-party integration again. We'll select StreamElements. We'll have that there. We'll go ahead and paste this information, hit enter for that link. This should now pop up what we need. Remember, we want to select scale so that way everything stays exactly how it needs to stay. And then we'll size this up. And hopefully this lines up exactly where we need it to line up. And that is exactly where we need it to be. And you can see here that now everything is lined up exactly where we need it to be, making this scene look extremely professional. So there's no changes that need to be made there. So we're simply going to go ahead and lock that, and we're going to let everything else go ahead and loop. So we'll select this here. We'll make sure that we unlock it. And remember, if you ever want to edit anything, you need to make sure you unlock it so that it works the way that it needs to. And we'll leave this as loop because you want this going all the time. Okay, so now that we have this in place here, we're not done setting up the just chatting scene, but what I want you to do is to hit save. And now we can go ahead and close up the just chatting scene there. Okay, so the best thing that we want to be able to do now is we want to be able to bring in our camera. So in order to go ahead and bring in our camera, you have two options based on the console. So if you have your console and you have a camera connected to your console, you'll be able to go ahead and utilize that inside of your console, okay? It's gonna give you not the best flexibility, meaning you're not gonna be able to move your camera around or really be able to customize it. So I encourage you to follow and utilize the method that I have here if you prefer to utilize a camera, or if you have a camera connected to your computer, it's totally fine. But if you don't have one, we all have a phone. So here's what I wanna show you how to set this up. Okay, you're going to come to a site called VDO.Ninja. Again, it's going to be in the description below. Once you have that, you're going to come here and select Create Reusable Invite. We'll select OK. And you'll come here to where it says Unlock the Video Bitrate. We'll select that. Use VPN Video Codec. We'll leave that there. Okay, and everything else is totally fine. We'll go ahead and name this. If you want to, you could say Phone Camera. Okay, Stream. Select generate the invite link. And now what you want to do, this is super important, okay? You're going to copy this link, or you're going to scan this QR code with your phone, okay, to be able to go ahead and get this link. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that link there. And I'm going to go ahead and open it up directly on my phone so you can see what this is going to go ahead and look like. So let me go ahead and open up my phone here, and we'll go to this destination. Okay, so on your phone, in order to have your phone be a webcam for you, you want to go ahead and select Share Your Camera. It's going to ask you, would you like to access the microphone and the camera? You're going to go ahead and say Allow. Then once that's there, it's going to ask you to select the video source. So what we're going to do is we're going to select your back camera. It's always going to give you the best quality, but if you need to use your front camera, that's totally fine. I'm going to leave it as the back camera. The next thing is for audio source, you want to make sure you select no, okay? Unless you want this to be able to bring in your audio, then you can say yes, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it as no, and I'm going to select start. This is now going to start to give me my feed. So what we need to do is now we need to come back here to our computer, and you're going to see that there's going to be a link under at the bottom. And what you're going to see here is you're going to go ahead and copy this link. Even though it says OBS, we're going to still be able to utilize it inside of LightStream Studio. And then we'll copy that link and we'll come back in here into LightStream Studio. We'll come to third-party integrations. We'll select browser source, okay? And then we'll paste that link in there. And then our phone should go ahead and appear here for us to be able to go ahead and see. So we have this in place now, and we can go ahead and customize this to be able to go ahead and switch between the camera feeds, to be able to switch this around. You can see me, and you want to make sure that you put down the camera so that way it can go ahead and rotate. And now we have our camera in place. So this can be aiming at whatever it is that you want. So let's say this is going to be our camera. I can now go ahead and size this, okay, and place this here in this section. Now, one of the biggest things you want to do is that it's important that you layer this correctly. So in order for this to work, you want to make sure that the camera is under the just chatting scene. Once you do that, you're going to see here that that's going to go ahead and put our image behind everything else. So we'll grab the VDO.Ninja. We'll make sure that it's under our just chatting scene like that. And now you see here that now we have our camera that's looking professional there as well. Now, we're going to want the middle to have our gameplay. So to be able to add our gameplay, we're going to select this little plus icon, and you're going to see here is going to say game source. Now, you're going to see this is going to be pretty different here. So we'll lock everything else to make sure that it all looks good. So we'll lock this here for a moment. We'll come here to where it says game source. And then all we want to do is be able to go ahead and resize the game source and just place it right here in the center to the best of your ability. Now we have this in place. It's ready to go. We now have our gameplay and everything else that we need. All right, so now we need to go ahead and add in our live chat so that chat can show up on our stream. So we'll come back here to StreamElements. You'll make sure you select on the Just Chatting Project 0, and we'll have it open here. What you're going to do is you're going to come to the left-hand side, select the little plus icon. We'll come here to where you'll see that it says Stream Tools, Your Streams Chat. We'll select that, and it's going to give us this little black box here. So what we want to do is you want to drag it into the section here. Now, it's a little bit finicky sometimes, so it takes a little bit of time to adjust and get it just right. But sometimes you can get lucky and get it right in the placement that you need. So we now have this in place. But what you want to do is you want to make sure this is transparent so that way it doesn't look crazy with your overlays. So what you'll simply do here is you'll come to where it says Theme, Dark Chat. You'll select Custom, and that's going to automatically make it that way, right? So you have that in place. We'll hit Save there, okay? And then we don't need to do anything else because we already went ahead and added it here. So now because we have our alerts, that our Steam labels that showed up here, so is our chat. Now, there's no way to necessarily test the chat. The only way to see the chat working is once you're live and people are engaging with you. Okay, so now we have that in place. This is going to be our just chatting scene. Now we can move on to the next scene, which is going to be our gameplay. So let's go there now. So to set up our gameplay scene, the first thing that we're going to need, of course, is going to be our game source. So we'll go ahead and add in our game. So this is going to come directly from our console. So that's going to be the first thing that we have there. The next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and bring in our camera. So in order for us to bring in our camera, we'll come back here to VDO.Ninja, and we'll grab the link again here where we have our OBS browser source. We'll come here to LightStream, hit this little plus icon. We'll select third-party integration. We'll come to browser source. We'll go ahead and paste that link in there, and that should go ahead and bring in our camera that we need to be able to utilize. Now, this is going to be super important when you're connecting your camera directly to your PC or, just bring it in from your phone. You're going to have the flexibility and customization to customize this the way that you like. Remember, if you have your camera that's on your console directly, you're going to be limited on the placement of where you can go ahead and place this. And what I'll do is that in the description of this video, I'll link to a picture that LightStream offers in case you're using that webcam. Let me show you what that's going to look like now. And this is what the image is going to look like. And you'll be able to know where to place your webcam overlay if you go ahead and set that up. But again, I encourage you to go ahead and use the phone route so you don't even have to worry about something like that. Okay. So now once we have this in place, we can go ahead and size this down exactly where we want it. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it there. And again, it's going to be based on where your camera is and what game you're going to be playing. But I'm just going to put my webcam there. Now we have this in place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lock this so that it's where it needs to be. Now we want to bring in our webcam overlay that you got from your package. So we'll click this little plus icon here. We'll go ahead and select video clip, upload video, browse file, and then what you want to do is you want to come back to your folder and you want to look to where it says webcam overlays. Now, you're going to have 3 different webcam overlay options that you're going to be able to select from. The first one is the webcam with the bottom bar. The next one is without the bottom bar overlay, and the other one is with the bottom overlay. So you can go ahead and select the one that you like. I'm going to select the one without the bottom overlay. I'm going to select upload file, and we'll be able to have this added in here. So now we'll wait for this to go ahead and upload. And we just want to go ahead and start to add in more design and style to this page here. After we add our webcam overlay, we'll then be able to go ahead and add our overlay bar. So here's going to be our webcam overlay. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we resize this and bring this down to the size just like this by grabbing a corner and bring it over our camera to make sure that's in that place. So now that we have that in place, and again, you want to make sure that the webcam overlay is above your camera. So now we have that in place. Again, our camera is there, moving and working. So now we have that there. We'll go ahead and lock that. Now we can bring in our overlay bar to be able to do this. Now, just like we did before, because our overlay bar requires us to be able to have labels, we want to make sure that we're able to set this up. So here's the easiest way to do this. You'll come here to StreamElements again. You'll click on these 3 little dots and you'll select duplicate. We'll go ahead and make sure that we want that to go to Twitch. We'll hit submit, and this is going to go ahead and give us a copy. We'll select edit here, and you'll see here why we did it this way. Okay, we'll have edit here. We'll come up to the top here, and what you want to select is you want to say overlay bar, and you want to put the name of your package, Project 0, and we'll hit save here again. And now what we want to do is we want to come to this video here, and we want to delete it completely. So we'll hit delete. Now we don't have that video no more. We can then come here and delete the actual chat as well. Unless you want to keep chat, you can go ahead and keep chat if you want to use chat on your gameplay scene, but I'm not going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to go ahead and remove it there. And now what we want to do is when it's a plus icon, we'll come here to say static and icon. We'll select video. We'll change the video, click upload, select file, and then we'll come to the section inside our overlay here inside our bundle where you see you have overlay scenes. You're going to see overlay bar. We'll select open here, and this is going to allow you to be able to add in this overlay bar that when you're having your gameplay scene, you'll be able to showcase followers, subscribers, and donations. So we'll hit submit. We now have that in place. Video size, we'll do auto. And again, we'll try to get that sized up as best as we can. And because we did a copy, now we can have this in place exactly where we wanted there. We'll come back here to layers, right? Video 5, we'll make sure that we lock this, okay? And we need to make sure that we move it under all of the names. So it should be on the bottom. Then we'll select this top one here and we'll bring our new follower and we'll place it inside of the box. We'll bring our new subscriber. We'll place it there. And then we'll come here and place our new donation or bits as well. So now we have that in place. And again, you can come in here and change the text size if you want to, just in case people have longer names. You can go ahead and make that adjustment by clicking on text size. Come in here, put it at 21, and then that should give you a good. And then the last one is the stream goal. So to be able to set that up, you hit this little plus icon. You'll come here to where it says labels, and you can select what goal you want. If you're looking for a sub goal, you'll click here, hit subscriber goal. It's going to give you the option. And then what I like to do is I just like to come and select sub goal. You can select condensed to make it simple, or you can use a simple design, which is what I prefer. And what I like to do is set a goal of 100. You can come here and set that there. And again, you can do the same thing, change the size, make it 21, and then you'll be able to come in here and have that sub goal listed there for you to be able to utilize. And you can come here and change the setting. You can see a percentage. You can have a date for when this is going to go ahead and end. And then you're able to go ahead and adjust that. And this is going to automatically update as you go. So we have that as in place. We'll hit save. Now our overlay bar is ready to go. Now, remember what I told you before. Our goal is to bring in the overlay directly into LightStream Studio. So we'll come here to layers. We'll come to the video and we'll go ahead and hide that there. We'll hit save, okay? And then we'll come back here to LightStream Studio. We'll hit this little plus icon, select video clip, upload video, browse file, and then we can go ahead and add in our overlay bar directly in here. So we'll select our overlay bar, press open, and then we'll be able to upload that file. Now, remember, you don't have to necessarily upload it directly into LightStream Studio if you don't want to. It's just a little bit cleaner, because if you wanted to keep the exact overlay bar on, you could. But remember, the more things that you have to refresh when using a browser source, the better opportunity for things to not load immediately to happen, right? So that's why I prefer to do it this way. We'll come back here. Here's our overlay bar that we have in place now. And we can go ahead and bring this down here to the bottom, or you can place this wherever you like. If you prefer it on the top, then you can go ahead and move the camera. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come here, going to copy this little paperclip icon on the overlay bar. We'll click this little plus icon. We're going to select third-party integration. We'll do browser source, and we're going to go ahead and place that there. And this should go ahead and bring in our alerts exactly where we need them, allowing us to just slide this down and place this exactly where we need them, making that look professional. Now, and what this is going to allow you to do once you have this here is that you'll be able to go ahead and resize this. And remember, you need to make sure you select scale, because it's going to allow you to bring things and make it a little bit smaller if you want to, without everything moving out of place. So that is going to be the benefit of having it that way if you wanted to have it set up that. Otherwise, you can just do it the way that I had it initially, which is just going to be bringing in the overlay bar, having it here towards the bottom, and then you'll have it all looking professional, which is going to be my preferred way of doing it. So I have this here. I'll just have this sized up, and now this can be here at the bottom. And again, now we have our gameplay, we have our overlay bar, and we have our webcam scene as well. And then we can go ahead and customize and move things around. So now that we have this in place, the next thing that we need to set up is going to be our alerts. So that way, when somebody does follow, it can pop up on screen and things of that sort. Okay. So in order for us to set that up, we're going to come back here to StreamElements. We can now go ahead and close our just chatting scene. We can go ahead and close our overlay bar scene as well. And then we can come back to StreamElements, and all we simply want to do is select new overlay. Once you're here, we'll select start, and now we're ready to go. So we'll go ahead and come here to the plus icon. We'll select alerts, and we'll select alert box. Okay. Now, what this is going to allow us to do is going to allow us to have a follow alert, subscriber alert, tip alert, cheer alert, and a rate alert as well. The only ones that we're going to go ahead and utilize here today is that we're going to remove the purchase alert. We're going to remove the rate alert. You can keep it on if you want to, but we'll just go ahead and just for this, use the tip, subscriber, and follow alert. But you have tons of alerts available for you inside of your package. I'm going to show you how to set up one of them, because once you know how to set up one, you'll be able to set the others. So we'll come here to the subscriber alert. We'll go ahead and hit this little gear icon, and we'll come here and select change video. Now, you are going to get a default one that is available here for you, but you have professional looking overlays that you can utilize that bring matching alerts. So we'll select change video. You'll come here to where it says upload again, select files, and then inside of your folder under the bundle, you're going to select alerts. This is then going to allow you to be able to select the one that you need. We're looking for new subscriber. So we'll hit open, and this is going to bring in that alert for us to be able to utilize. Now, the beautiful thing is that you'll only need to set this up one time, and then you can use it across all of your scenes. So now we have this in place. Okay. And if you don't see this pop up, let's say, for example, that it's just blank, make sure that, again, as I mentioned before, that the file you downloaded and when you unzipped it, it's all in the same place. Okay, don't move it. If you did that, then that's why you're not seeing it pop up here. Okay, so we'll hit submit. This is now going to give us the image that we need. You can leave the sound on if you want. I simply go ahead and clear the sound all the way. And then I come down here and make this adjustment to where it says name just subbed, okay, just to make it a little bit shorter. And then for the alert duration, we're going to go ahead and select 6 seconds, okay, and then we're going to select save just for a moment. We're going to name this alerts, and again, we'll say project 0, so that way it's there, and then that can be saved. So we'll do project 0 alerts, and we'll hit save there, so that way it's good to go. So if we wanted to test this, we can go subscriber, we can go 1, and now you see here that we have this here, but our text is not aligned. Now, something I want you to keep in mind, these figures that I'm going to give you as far as getting it all aligned is going to vary slightly based on the package that you went ahead and got. So just keep that in mind. You'll just have to tweak it just a little bit based on the style of the alert. Okay, but if you went ahead and got project 0, then you can use these same exact figures that I'm using here now. So what we want to do is we want to come here to where it says text settings. Okay, we'll come to text settings and we want to select advanced. The first thing we're going to do is for the margin. This is what's going to bring the name up into the box so that it looks good. We're going to put this at 190. Now, remember, the higher you go, so remember, it's negative 190. The higher you go, so if I went to 200, the higher the name goes up. So if you want it to come down slightly, go down to 185, 180. So that's where you'll have to kind of tweak to be able to see. Most of the alerts are a good range between negative 175 to 190 is a sweet spot, but just go ahead and tweak it until you have it in place. You can come here, select emulate, select 1 again, and now you'll see here that now we have this aligned right in the center. Now we want to change the color of the name, and this is where you can make that adjustment. Now I'm just going to go ahead and utilize a yellow color. You can pick any color that you want. And again, when we emulate this here again, you're going to see here that now that name is now yellow, making it pop a little bit more. And again, you can increase the size here if you wanted to be able to make it pop up even more. So we can go 27. And again, I always like to keep names in mind because of the fact that somebody can have a longer name. And this now you can see here that it's in place. Now, the name pops up before the animation kind of happens. So in order for us to adjust that, we need to come down here to where it says animation settings, text delay. We want to go ahead and put this here at 1.5. And again, this is also going to vary based on the animation. So if the text is popping up still too soon, increase this. If it's popping up too late, lower it. And then that's where you'll be able to go and have this in place. So you're going to do these exact same settings for each individual alert that's inside that you want to set up. Okay. But I need to show you how to set up variations. So what are variations? Variations are when somebody subscribes for 1 month, then they get a 1 month subscriber badge. If somebody subscribes for 2 months, they get a different one. And all you want to do is you want all of yours to be consistent. So if you ever want to create variations of certain ones, specifically the subscriber one, you come here to where it says variation settings. Okay. And you're going to see you're going to have a resubscriber, a subscriber gift, and community gift. You can go ahead and toggle all of these on. Again, once I show you how to set one up, you'll be able to set up all other 3. So we'll come here to the gear icon because right now you're like, hey, somebody just subbed, but that's not my alert. Well, this is why. You'll come here to the gear icon and you'll follow the same exact process. You'll select the subscriber one. You'll go ahead and hit submit. You'll scroll down here. You'll make 6 seconds for the alert duration. And then you can scroll down here and do 1.5, just like we did before. You'll come here to where it says advanced. This is where you want to have the 190, just like we set it up before. And you'll go through these process to make sure that everything else is aligned just as we set it up. Then you can save variation. And now you'll see here that this is going to play exactly how we want it. And this is where you can come in here and resize this because you can see here that this is going to be a little bit longer. So we can hit this little gear icon, and instead of it saying resubscribe, say resub. and that's going to be a lot shorter of a name when you play that. So you'll simply now just need to go one by one and set up the alerts. Now, again, you don't need to set up all of them. Simply having your follower, your subscriber, your tip alert is going to be more than enough. And again, as you look at here inside of your package, you're going to have several alerts that you're going to be able to utilize and set up, like new member, new host, new bits, super chat, gifted sub, gifted membership. You have new donation, new follower, new subscribers. You can use the ones that you want to utilize, but the process is exactly the same how I went ahead and showed you. Once you have all of your alerts set up, we can hit save, hit this little gear icon here. We'll come to LightStream, and now all we need to do is hit the plus icon on our gameplay scene. We'll simply go ahead and hit here third-party integration, hit browser source, and then we'll simply go ahead and paste in our alerts. And now what you'll see is that our alerts are now set up here. So to be able to test them so you can move them around, I encourage you to make sure you lock everything else that's not the alerts so that you don't move things you don't want to move. You'll come back here, and then all we want to do is come to our subscriber alert, and we want to just click that a few times so that it can trigger, and we can now see where it's at, and we can place this. Make sure you hit scale, and then we'll be able to resize this and place this exactly where we want it to be able to go ahead and show up. So I'm just going to place it there. And now we have our alert showing up directly on our gameplay scene. Now we're going to move over to our just chatting. We're going to hit this little plus icon again. We're going to hit third-party source, browser source, and we're going to go ahead and paste this here one more time for that to go ahead and show up. You'll come back here to StreamElements. We'll hit the subscriber one a few times, or whichever one you're testing. And then we see it pop up here. Again, I'm going to go ahead and just lock everything else that is here so that nothing else gets moved. And this is now good to go. So now I can resize this and place this exactly where I want it. And again, you want to make sure you go to scale, bring this down, and now you have the opportunity to place this wherever you want. And again, you can just come back here, hit the test, and that's going to pop up and show there for you. And now you have a nice looking alert showing up on this scene as well. And then you can do the same thing for your countdown. You can do the same thing for your starting soon and add your alerts where you want to be able to add them. Now, the next thing we want to go ahead and add is our stinger transition. So this is going to give you a nice professional feel when you're switching between scenes. Okay. So in order for us to set this up, if you want it to be on every single scene, and you want to have a nice stinger that happens, then this is what I want to be able to go ahead and do. You want to select the plus icon. We're going to click on video clip. You're going to upload a video, browse file. You're going to come to your package here. And what you're going to do is you're going to look for stinger transition. Once you have this here, you'll go ahead and get that uploaded. Now, I already have it uploaded here for us to be able to utilize. So I'm just going to select that. Now you're going to see this is going to be an animation that right now has an open and close. So what a stinger is that it's an animation that happens as you're switching scenes. It just makes it from when it's just like a hard cut to give you a more professional feel. So here's the important thing you want to know about the stinger transition. When you're inside LightStream Studio, it's not going to stop doing this. However, once you go live, it's going to operate the way that it needs to operate. The reason why LightStream does this is that way you can edit it while it's there. But there's an important setting you need to adjust. Once you click here, you want to make sure you change this from loop to stop and hide. That is the very important thing that you must know to be able to do. Once you do that, you simply go ahead and hit lock, and this is now in place. Then you simply just want to come to every individual page, go to video clip, select your stinger transition again, click on it, come here and say stop and hide. You want to make sure that stinger transition is all the way at the top. Then we'll come here to our gameplay scene again. We'll come here, select video clip. Then we'll go ahead and select our stinger transition. We'll select, make sure that it's on stop and hide. And then again, I just like to lock things to make sure that they don't move and everything's in place. Then we'll come to our just chatting. Okay, we'll lock this here, hit this little plus icon. We'll select video clip. We'll select our stinger transition again. And again, we'll make sure that this is here on stop and hide. So that way this is looking good. We'll come here to our Be Right Back and we'll follow the same exact process to make this look as professional as you possibly can. I'm telling you right now, no one is going to notice that you are streaming directly from your console because of the way that you've gone ahead and set this up. Then we're going to come to our stream ending. We'll add this in here to be able to go ahead and do the same. So we'll have our stinger transition. We'll make sure it's on stop and hide. And again, it's going to show while you're here, but then when you go live over to Twitch, it's going to do what it needs to do and you'll see that it'll look professional. So now we have our starting soon. We have our countdown timer that's there for us to be utilized. We have our gameplay scene. And just keep in mind that as you're using browser sources, sometimes it may take a second or two for it to go ahead and refresh. That's totally fine. And then you'll have your just chatting. You'll be right back. And then you have your stream ending. Okay, so now that you have your overlays, now we need to go to the next step, which is on our console. Okay, so now that we're done with LightStream, now on your PlayStation, what you want to do is you want to load up the game first that you're going to be playing and live streaming. Once you have that game loaded, you're going to go ahead and hit the create button on your controller, and then where you can screenshot and record, you want to come to where it says broadcast. You make sure that Twitch is selected, and then you'll come to these three little dots here. You'll make sure that you come to broadcast options. If you don't have a camera connected to your PlayStation, go ahead and disable this. You want to disable chat because it's going to interfere with the chat we set up in LightStream. Display activity, you want to have that off as well. You can include party audio, and then for the video quality, you can have it at 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second. Then once you go ahead and have that there, you don't necessarily need to log back into LightStream Studio again if you don't want to. However, what I do encourage you to do is to go ahead and log into LightStream directly on your mobile. Make sure you're using the classic setup, and then it's going to pretty much turn your phone into a stream deck as well, which is going to allow you to be able to go ahead and switch between different scenes, or you can just have your browser open and switch different scenes, or a tablet to be able to go ahead and do that as we go ahead and set it up. Then what you'll do is, once you're ready, you simply hit go live. Everything's going to push over to your Twitch stream. And then when you stop your stream on your PlayStation, the overlays are going to stop as well directly inside of LightStream, and then you're good to go. But after you've got overlays and alerts working on your PS5, the next logical step is multi-streaming. You can stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time directly through LightStream with your overlays. And I'll walk you through that setup step by step in this video right here. Click that video right there, and I'll see you in the next one.